It is another edition of a program of choice, Health Affair on AIT, a platform where we focus on public health issues and the challenges of women and children with a view to providing lasting solutions. I am your regular anchor, Ushuomo Daniels. On the program this week, we shall be giving you an update about COVID-19 in Lagos State and an emerging trend of post-COVID syndrome noticed among survivors. But first is the news segment. The Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH, is mandated to care for patients, to carry out research and train students. The School of Health Information Management is one of its 8 platforms for carrying out this training mandate. With the opening speech by the Chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee, Professor Larry Adeyemo, the tone was set for the day's matriculation of students for the 2021-2022 academic session.
By the authority of the Management Board of Lagos University Teaching Hospital, I hereby declare this matriculation ceremony of students into the School of Health Information Management of Lagos University Teaching Hospital, both OND 1 and HND 1 for 2021-2022 academic session.
May from time to time be issued by the management for the good order and governance of the school. So help me God.
Professor Adeyemo represented the Chief Medical Director, Professor Chris Body, at the event, charged the students to take their destinies in their hands and avoid any negative behavior that can jeopardize their purpose at the institution.
We just need to let them know what is in for them as a student of Lagos University. We need to let them know the do's and don'ts. We need to let them know the expectations as a management, and also we need to have interaction with them to let them know what the program they are in for, and the fact that they have a very rare opportunity to be students in Lagos University Teaching Hospital. In the last few years, Lagos University Teaching Hospital, we have a diploma program, we have OND program, actually in many of our schools.
Head of the school, Samson Gidado, also spoke at length about the school and the impact of digitization.
Health information is basically has to do with management of all health-generated activity in the hospital. We are the one that relates all of those information, gather them, process them, and make sure that they are well preserved and made available to any user at any point in time they need that right. So basically, the information management as a profession itself is more or less like a pillar, for healthcare delivery system in any system in any nation. And when I talk of management of information, digitalization is very key, very essential. And to the glory of God, thank God for this school. We've been raising the bar standard all this while we have been existing, and we are improving on it. So when the COVID-19 came, well, it wasn't too difficult for us to switch over to digitalization by giving our students online lecture.
Majority of the HND students that matriculated finished their OND from the school. According to the World Health Organization, injuries from road accidents, violence, self-harm, maternal and cardiovascular conditions are the leading cause of death among many, especially the youths, in developing countries like Nigeria. Speaking with our crew in Lagos, the Director of Health Emergency Initiative, Pascal Achinine, said these deaths are preventable if the youths, who are leaders of tomorrow, are given the necessary orientation on emergency and pre-hospital care. To bridge this gap, Pascal Achinine got the support of Seplat Oil to train 80 secondary school students across Lagos State on pulmonary resuscitation and other first aid procedure.
This is a practical step towards changing the narrative of young people, their attitude to saving lives. And we are certain that one thing that is lacking in Nigeria is that we don't have that orientation. People take pictures and videos when emergency happen, rather than offer help. But of course, you can only offer assistance when you know the skills. So with the curriculum and instructor from American Heart Association, we are conducting this training today. First for 20 today, but between now and next week, we train 80 altogether under this sponsorship. These are the future leaders of tomorrow. Most of them have grown up in an environment where we hear killings, destruction of lives, and there's no attention. People do not take positive steps to assist accident victims, people with heart attack, exposed to heart attack or cardiac arrest, or other cardiovascular cases, other emergencies as it were. And so we want to build a new generation of Nigerians with these children leading the light, imbibing the consciousness that you can do something when emergency happens, you can save a life. And that the person you're saving, maybe your neighbor, maybe your, even if you don't know the person, but it feels good to save a life. And it means that you're a partner with God in doing what is right, rather than just being indifferent.
We create a lot of social impacts. We run a lot of social programs and educational programs, and this is exactly one of them because of what it will do in the society. We're very delighted to partner with health emergency responders initiatives who are training 80 students. We're supporting them to train 80 students from different schools in Lagos State. We know that this is a very important health initiative that will show the children how to take care where there's an emergency, where there's a need to save life, where they would need to act with so much speed. Otherwise, a person's life will be lost. So we are happy to be with them. I've witnessed the program. The instructor is doing a wonderful job. We believe it's important to catch the children young. So these are young children from secondary schools, and we believe that this training is a lifelong opportunity for them to know the right thing to do in health emergencies.
Pascal Achenini urged other organizations to toe the line of Seplat Oil by investing in more students and youths for positive impact in the society.
There are 683 secondary schools under Lagos State Ministry of Health Education, but there are also many missionary schools, including federal government institutions like King's College, Queen's College. They are all being trained today. Students from missionary schools are also being represented. So our goal is to see that in all schools, even after the training, we're also setting up First Responders Club. Well, our goal is to see that if we can achieve 10% of this student population between now and the next 2 years, that will be a huge mileage. So we are calling on other organizations to do the same line of Seplat, to sponsor. You can sponsor 500, you can sponsor 1,000, you can sponsor 100. At the end of the day, it means that you have done something positive about not just your own brand, but also sustainability, because these are the ones that will be your customers, that work for you, that will do business for you tomorrow. And of course, we have had this alarming report that road traffic accident is the biggest killer of young people. So if we train someone as an individual, as a corporate organization, you have secured the future, even for your own business. With these children, there is hope. And let them go and spread the message, teach, transfer the skills. That's why we are setting up the clubs. That's why we are setting up the first responders groups. And make it, because we have exposed them to extensive practical demonstration. So when you have emergencies, don't slack. Take it, especially follow the rules of what you've been taught, but try to save a life and stand out. One of the takeaway from this training is that instead of joining those who go into cybercrime and other vices, be among the messengers of good news, good tidings in Nigeria. So children, we encourage you, show this light that you have acquired today.
The participants who were awarded certificates after the training were elated.
For I have noticed and I've heard the miracles of this thing, and I'm willing to even further it once I grow up and also start within my own age to stop everything. Please, whenever you see something, an accident occurs or anything, stop taking pictures, then dial the number 112 or 767 to get help instantly, so that we will someday save a life, and in return, maybe our own life may be saved, rather than taking pictures and posting it on Facebook or any social media just to gain fame and all that.
I would like to tell them thank you, because they've enabled us to know new things, they've enlightened us, they've taught us new things that we'll never think of knowing before.
The initiative is in line with recent approval by the Lagos State Commissioner of Education to Health Emergency Initiative, HEI, to train all senior secondary school students in Lagos State earlier in the year.
The event of today is bringing surgeons together to first engage stakeholders. And by stakeholders, we mean regulatory bodies. Because for good research, you need approvals from bodies such as the National Health Research Ethics Committee, as well as the NAFDAC. I think that's the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control. Before you can conduct clinical trials. And so we are engaging them today, trying to tell them about our work and seeing how we can ensure that we work together as partners, so that for whatever reason that we are working, they will be able to see that it's a partnership and not the fact that we are working against each other. The other arm of the conference is to then encourage surgeons for what we call grant fundable research. So such that the research that they are doing can be funded by both international and local funding agencies.
It has been said over and over that if you want to go fast, quickly, run and go alone. But if you want to go very far and achieve a lot, work together with other people. Join this collaborative so that we can work together and achieve better outcome of surgical practice for our patients.
Collaboration is the future of research, and particularly in areas or in our environment where we may be lacking in certain areas, and it will, I can tell you, it would help to reduce brain drain. Because people relocate and migrate for various reasons, part of which is not just that they want more money or the economic situation, just to have fulfillment and be able to do what they really desire to do.
Going by the estimation of the World Health Organization, WHO, 1% of a country's population needs to donate blood for there to be enough supply. But in Nigeria, this has not been the case, as many people shy away from donating blood voluntarily for one reason or the other. To change this narrative, the Department of Hematology and Blood Transfusion, LUTH, in collaboration with Ikeja City Mall, carried out numerous activities to commemorate the 2022 World Blood Donation Day.
Blood is not manufactured in the lab. Somebody has to donate it. And you cannot grab somebody on the road and say, bring your blood. The person has to willingly donate it. We just need 1% of the population as voluntary blood donors for us to get adequate blood that we'll be using in our blood bank. Give a gift of life. That will go a long way.
A group of students from the University of Abuja were celebrated at the event for creating an application to encourage blood donation.
And all over, former level medical students, and computer IT students, they brought themselves together and they decided to form an app to encourage and capture data for voluntary blood donors. Can you please give them a round of applause?
Born 27th June 1880 in Alabama, USA, Helen Adams Keller lost her sight and hearing after a bout of illness at the age of 19 months. A very pitiable condition for any human being, you will say, but she did not allow her challenges to stop her from achieving her destiny. She became an author, a disability rights advocate, who challenged Lions Club International to champion the cause of the blind till date. According to the words of the district governor, Kayode Oshinuga, hers is a celebration of the triumph of human spirit above physical limitations that all humans and physically challenged persons should draw inspiration from.
Her father was a proud army who served in the Confederate Army, and the mother was just a worker in the cotton plantation. Unfortunately, just about 18 months old, Helen developed an illness called brain fever. And that brain fever led to her being blind, losing of her sight. She was dumb and became deaf at the same time. We celebrate Helen Keller Day every June, in the month of June every year. And that was born out of the fact that this special woman who lived in the 19th century, actually in 1925 came to the Lions Clubs International Convention in Ohio to challenge Lions to become the Knight of the Blind. And having been the Knight of the Blind, Lions have taken up that challenge since that year. And we have adopted everything, all our programs are centered on sight blindness prevention, blindness amelioration, and treatment.
So here we are today to also celebrate the day with our trainees, our management staff, so that we can feel what you feel. We are in this together. We are not left alone. We want to be part of you. We want to rejoice with you in whatever form we can do. And that's the more reason we come with our token that is being displayed by the side. Actually, we would have just presented it and go. No, but we want to be part of you, celebrate with you. Today it's going to be fun.
On behalf of the management staff, my vice president, Mr. Joseph Olabiku, the other staff present here, Ms. Eno Ewa, Ms. Hope Onichabo, Ms. Taiwo, Mr. Nima Shaun, Mr. Isiaka, Shola, and Samuel. And on behalf of the management, we say we are glad you are in our midst today. I was just ruminating through how he was explaining, how he was taking his time, how he was going through it. And in fact, that counters whatever speech I wanted to make. And while I was ruminating at it, I was getting inspired, I was getting more encouraged. And I hope the same thing applies to our trainees here. Because if Helen Keller could make it, you can also make it. And in fact, the coming of Lion Club to the center today is all encompassing, because they are not only coming to better our lives, they are also coming to advocate, they are also coming to inspire, they have also come to motivate us, they have also come to ginger our spirit, our morale, so that we can take whatever lesson we have gotten here to greater heights. And I want to believe that you got the message and you are not going to relent. If you do not get anything here today, if you are not taking anything home here today, please take the motivation, take the aspiration, take the zeal, take the inspiration from the biography of Helen Keller and use it and move ahead and let the sky be your limit.
To commemorate the 2022 Helen Keller Day, the district governor Kayode Osunuga and his team donated some food items, toiletries, and lots more to students at the National Society for the Blind at Oshun in Lagos State. District Governor Osunuga listed other projects done by the club, especially in relation to sight restoration and blindness prevention in the past 1 year.
We were there in October when you also covered us in October when we had the World Sight Day. We we are at Lagos has screened over 800 people, and we gave 50 free cataract surgery to those who needed it at our own facility, the Lions Club Eye Center at Ota. The same thing was replicated in Osun State. The same thing was replicated in Ekiti State, and the same thing was replicated also in Kwara State.
The event was fun-filling as members of the Lions Club danced the melodious tunes of the students.
Hereby commission the renovated toilet facilities at the National College, Bagada, today, 14th June, in the year of our Lord 2022.
Distinguished Lions and the host school, on behalf of my district governor, I want to open this for use of the students and the staff of National College, Bagada.
Commissioning of the 16 units of renovated toilets and a painted block of classrooms and unveiling of the block dedicated to the club by the National College Bagada in Lagos, Tuesday 14 June 2022, was indeed a busy day for the district governor, Kayode Oshinuga, and his supportive team.
As Maryland Royal Lions Club has made this intervention today, they are not going to keep their eyes off the ball. They also be coming here from time to time on monthly or bi-monthly basis to see what is going on and what they can do. Since the entire block has been dedicated to the club, I said to Maryland Royal Lions Club, which is just about 2 years old club, that they have done very well. They have given a very good account of themselves. They are a female club, if you care to know, and they have proven that what women cannot do does not exist. I tell them to continue to stand united, to continue to have one common purpose in unity, so that they can achieve something much more greater. Because I know they have better, bigger projects to do outside, even outside this college.
The aim is to touch the life of people in the community, and the children here represent the people, and it's a target just to make them know more about lions, because by saying that on the platform, they'll be more inquisitive on who are lions, what is Lionism about. So when they grow up and pass out of the school and they go to the university, we have a younger group that are called Leos, so they can join Leos and we follow up from there. Lions Club members look around for something to do. We look for the needs of the community, and so we found this place, an old school like this. We just want to be part of them and develop the children. By this, we are part of this school, and they own us, we own them.
I feel great about it. I feel okay. In the first instance, we did not write to them. I think it's by divine connection that they walk into our school and say, we are going to do this and that to your school. And we welcome them. By the special grace of God, we are here today.
In line with the focus areas of the Lions Club International, which includes healthcare, hunger relief, environmental protection, and lots more, the president of the Maryland Royal Lions Club Region 4, Zone 4B, District 404B2, Nigeria, Lion Abiola Otonu Bababumi, gave an insight of other plans they have for the school.
We're supposed to plant flowers today. We don't want to waste people's time because it's a working day. So we maintain their compound. We join them when they are doing on their sports day, give them flags, trophies. And aside that, we have a program in Lions that is called Feeding the Hungry. We'll come in here. The last time we did that program, we were able to feed 1,000 students at St. Agnes, Maryland. And here, they have about 500 people. So it's not a great feat, a difficult feat for us to achieve.
That was followed by an award ceremony that came in different categories of supportive DGs fundraising donors, and outstanding members.
On behalf of the Lions Club of Maryland Royal, the only royal that I know now, presenting this very wonderful award to our own district governor for exemplary leadership. God bless you.
Please give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, sir.
Though Maryland Royal Lions Club is just about 2 years old, it has distinguished itself with numerous and outstanding projects that truly represent the interests of Lions Club International, with about 1.4 million members across the world. Lions Club International was founded by Chicago business leader Melvin Jones in 1917 to serve humanity and make life better for all.
They call themselves men of honor who join hands to achieve said goals. But I prefer to call them health restorers because their finished pharmaceutical products improve outcome of patients. Established in 1997, the National Association of Industrial Pharmacists of Nigeria, NAIP, is a professional body and technical arm of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, PSN, with membership open to all pharmaceutical manufacturing, importation, and distribution companies duly registered. Their primary role is to make essential drugs available to all Nigerians, but their inability to realize that goal due to high cost of production and other operational challenges to advance local manufacturing is a huge burden. It is to bridge this gap that the topic choice, the role of industrial pharmacists in a depressed economy, opportunities, challenges, and solutions in providing essential drugs and other sub-themes, such as professional collaboration and coordination as a panacea to industrial growth, technology, regulation, and data centricity in strengthening local capacity as pharma industries evolve, and the role of pharmacists in vaccination intervention were carefully selected.
We have a maximum period of 10 years to produce. This is to encourage local production of essential medicine for the sake of self-sufficiency in drugs and medicine security at large. I want to thank you all again, everyone, for being here today to be part of this very important conference, especially our special guests, captains of industry, and indeed all participants who have raised this occasion live or virtually. I assure you that your time spent here will be well spent. I wish NAIP leadership all the best. I thank you for your invitation, and I thank all the delegates for approving, especially the ESCO members, for me to be here. The chairman of the occasion. May God bless the Republic of Nigeria. May God bless Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria.
The totality of healthcare will not be credible without medicine. And as primary providers of healthcare with primary focus on medicine, the team is so hard that a school like Business School Netherlands we love to be part and parcel of development of the human mind that will raise the leadership role of pharmacists in the healthcare sector. Bearing in mind that pharmacists have been overtrained and significantly developed to be able to handle multiple conditions. It's on this note that we wish the Nigerian Association of Industrial Pharmacists, for which I have been a member since 1981, very great success in all your endeavor. God bless you.
In our midst are delegations from NAFDAC, Customs, NDLEA, and Central Bank of Nigeria. I, on behalf of the Conference Planning Committee, appreciate your presence. We hope to develop a communique that will serve as a working document after the conference. The timeliness of our Day 2 topic, the need for technology, data centricity, and the effect of regulation as our pharma industry evolves cannot be overemphasized. There is a burning desire to fully embrace technology, data centricity amongst our regulators, NAFDAC, Customs, NDLEA. We must raise the consciousness towards the Association of Industrial Pharmacists and their pharmacists in the academia for collaboration and coordination for greater industry.
The most common challenge we have in the country today is honestly poor access to foreign funds. Most of us who are into importation can hardly find the necessary foreign to do their trade. This is a very big problem, and we are told that the radical problem is not a submitted decision. So I want to call on the power that be to help us address this key challenge. And of course, when you talk of regulatory challenges, we have had plenty. A lot of our colleagues here are complaining of one problem with either CTD, factories have been established, one thing or the other, and we are still engaging with our relevant stakeholders to see what we can do honestly to resolve some of those issues. And of course, recently we have the pharmaceutical product marketing regulation, which is championed by PCM, and which we hope that through that venture we are going to sanitize the sales and marketing operation in the program. We are not going to relate, ladies and gentlemen, but we have addressed the challenges posed by the above talking points and ensure that we successfully move every item on the part of the big trainer.
We talk about issues affecting, coming about as infrastructural challenges like power, electricity, water, and other things, that have to do with tariff and incentive for manufacturing. So these are the challenges. But we see a lot of opportunities too. A lot of opportunities are that in Nigeria we have about 200 billion people to attend to, okay? And that's a huge opportunity for us. Not only for Nigeria, in the West African sub-region, we supply our products. So we have this teeming population that we can, reach if we are able to get these products, at affordable rates, and then the citizenry can also buy them at affordable rates. So those are the opportunities. Also in the area of research and development of locally researched products, like what we have with NIPRID. NIPRID has some products registered with NAFDAC, and some other research products of indigenous research can also be developed.
The pandemic left a depressed economy from 2019 till date. If you allow me use your term, depressed economy. But after my initial expression, I would prefer saying recession. But let's go with depressed economy. It imposed lockdowns and border closures, disrupted pharmaceutical supply chains, slowing importation, spiking shipment costs. In fact, I remember before now, if you are importing anything from India or China, it's about $6,000. Am I right? 4,000. Yeah.
One container.
But now it's how much?
9.
950? Yes. Just shipment of what you want to use to manufacture, resulting in closure, scaling down, and ultimately a high cost of drugs. So it's something you just cannot afford. So it's good to know where the problem is coming from, know the challenges we are facing, and know how we should be able to tackle it. Because it might come again, maybe in different form.
Because at the end of the day, everything is pushed to the patient. And if the patient doesn't have enough resources to buy his or her drug, authentic drug, then the patient could die, because he will look for means of procuring the drug from whatever source. That is one major problem. Then we find out that from the chain of activities, if the manufacturing of the industry will produce drugs that are trusted. Because of our population, we have the market. We could even supply the West African sub-region and earn money for the country in hard currency. Then, invariably, things will work, the industries will work, and the patients will benefit because they will get genuine drug. It's a sad process. Like you hear, the cost of diesel is over 800. Procuring foreign exchange to get the necessary excipients and APIs or what active pharmaceutical ingredients is difficult. And so when you don't have the active pharmaceutical ingredient, you can't produce these drugs. And we're also calling on government to make sure that the petrochemicals that will produce these important ingredients, these are infrastructure that should be laid down, that should be enabling environment to enable these industries to do this. Medicine security is very important. COVID-19 have told us how vulnerable we are. And if we don't secure our environment to produce enough medicines, we may run into problems. One thing is definite. When you have crisis, like we had during COVID-19, people keep what they have to take care of their populace before selling out. Even if you have the money, you may not get the drugs. And so it's a wake-up call.
After a long day of speeches on day 2 of the conference, it was a pleasure to relax by the poolside at the Country Club, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria.
It feels great, it feels refreshing and relaxing. Coupled with the comedy, it's been a night of fun, laughter, and all that.
This is the best conference I've ever attended. There's plenty to eat, there's plenty to drink, the comedian is doing a good work. So yeah, that report's feedback makes me happy.
Jesus Christ. They take 2 hours, they greet God. During contention,
after a hard day job, it is expected that people will find time honestly to relax and unwind themselves and shake off some of the day-to-day stress and the pressures. It's always very, very necessary. There is a common saying that all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. The same thing if you engage yourself in very hard, difficult exercises, challenging, tasking exercises, you need to honestly go and relax and get yourself so that the body will also get back some of the necessary things required to function optimally.
By the next morning, everyone was refreshed to continue with the conference on day 3. Though pharmacists are key players in the health sector, they cannot operate in isolation. So the event provided an opportunity for speakers to dwell on interprofessional collaboration.
A combination of the use of technology, use of activities of pharmacists who are already trained to be able to deliver in terms of primary health care. We know that a large number of doctors have left the country. Large number of pharmacists have also left. So what we are currently therefore doing is to make maximum use of the healthcare practitioners so that it becomes possible for them to play a greater role, either on fascination and to use technology to be able to prepare healthcare delivery, to prepare a better healthcare delivery for our nation.
Doctors, pharmacists, nurses, medical science, laboratory, everybody in the team, even the messenger, we cannot work in isolation. We need each other. And that is why I've been an advocate of this collaboration, so that together we can have patients at heart, so that we can serve humanity.
Members also at the annual general meeting on day 3, before winding down with a banquet and presentation of awards to deserving individuals.
I'm chairman of the opening ceremony, and you all agree with me that he has chaired this occasion pretty well. Most of the time, when things have gone this way, the hall would have been half empty, but you discover that we still have a full house. And it was the 5th annual conference of NIAID, and it's a congratulations. This plaque to you, as speaker in the first plenary session at the 25th annual conference of NIAID. I'm sure you agree with me that the delivery was superb.
great and
The NAIP 25th Annual National Conference, ECO 2022, will not be forgotten, especially with the plan for a NAIP house, improvement on the Farmer Park project, and a working document to take the association to greater heights.
The research is capable of improving a country's economic prosperity or a country's profile in the scientific area, and they're also capable of improving even our image when we start to do groundbreaking research that contributes to health security of the world.
Like water is to life, so is research to healthcare delivery in any society. Through research, information about disease trends, risk factors, outcome of treatment or public interventions, and lots more have helped people live longer, healthier lives. This is exactly what NIMA is doing for the nation's health sector and can do more if supported by governments at all levels, corporate organizations, and individuals. Watch NIMA at a glance on Health Affair on AIT. Support research. A healthy population, people often say, builds a prosperous nation. But many Nigerians are threatened on a daily basis and die needlessly due to diseases, poor health care, malnutrition, and lack of access to relevant health information. The sorry state of our health infrastructure is also a major challenge. On Health Affair, Oshomo Daniels brings these challenges to the attention of relevant authorities for a lasting solution. For sponsorship and advert placements, please call the numbers showing on your screen. Health Affair, your access to good health through relevant information.
I have got my car for full body work.
Madam, look, we will shine this car.
Wait. This cough doesn't sound good at all. What are you doing about it?
Oga doesn't want to go to the hospital so that they won't say he has COVID-19.
No, now. Cough is a sign of different infections, including tuberculosis. You would only know which cough it is if you go for testing.
Kai, I've been coughing for more than 2 weeks now.
There's no need to fear. I have done this test myself. To know the right treatment for the particular cough you have, you must first get tested.
Oga Chekamo, make you dey sure, because
who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB tests and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 for information on where to get the test. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Welcome back. Since the outbreak of coronavirus in 2019, it has continued to spread across the world, manifesting in different variants. Though not much is being said about it in Nigeria, as the news of monkeypox and politics have taken over, it will interest you to know that COVID-19 pandemic is not over yet. Listen to the latest development about the disease from the Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, and the post-COVID-19 syndrome identified by medical experts at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH.
And we have a grumbling number of cases seen every day. But so far, we've not had to admit anyone into any of our care centers, which means that majority of the cases that we're seeing in Lagos are mild or moderate or even asymptomatic, and they are managed at home through our standard ECO Telemed. We're trying to normalize thinking and activity around COVID-19, such that COVID-19 is just one of those upper respiratory tract infections that we commonly can contract at any time, just like the common cold or the flu. And so we don't want to make COVID a special situation. If you are feeling unwell with an upper respiratory tract infection, we advise that you access COVID-19 testing at any of our public health facilities, or if you wish to go to the private facilities who are part of the consortium. And if you find yourself to be positive, and we are aware of it, we activate contact tracing, and we advise you to be at home, not to mingle, not to go to work, and we will activate our Eco Telemed, which will monitor you at home, and also will be able to reach out to your contacts and advise them to get tested as well. So far, there's a very low-level activity of COVID in Lagos. We are watching the international horizon because we know that the virus is still affecting certain communities around the world. But by and large, the numbers are going down. We are aware that the virus is mutating and there are new variants that are emerging. For that reason, Mr. Governor has commissioned the Lagos State sequencing facility at IDH, where we're able to sequence the viruses, the cases that are positive in Lagos. So we take the sample and we work out the genetics of the virus, which is able to give us the information as to whether the virus is a new virus or whether there is a mutation going on in Lagos or Nigeria, or whether we're importing any particular variants from any part of the world. So far, we haven't found anything that is alarming or disturbing, but we continue to sequence all the positive cases that we are finding in Lagos, and we report that to an international database.
We have been observing, and we have been seeing a fairly large number of patients who, after the COVID infections that they suffered, that after the severe acute phase, which is about 4 weeks after the infection, they have had some symptoms that have lingered and even acquired some more symptoms, that are quite worrisome, with some, psychosocial undertone. For instance, they've been having, some patients come with brain fog, inability to concentrate. They have problems with memory. Some of them have problems with effort tolerance. They do a little thing, they get tired. Some have been having headaches, some have been having abnormal sensations. So the symptoms are a whole lot of them that these patients are suffering from.
People who have COVID are expected to recover within 4 weeks. Most people recover within a week, but for those who linger, sometimes up to 4 weeks. But we'll see now that after the 4 weeks, some people now develop either completely new symptoms or persistence of the symptoms that they had before. The wide range of symptoms that last beyond those first 4 weeks of symptoms. I was saying that this is a big problem. It affects people's ability to be productive. It affects people's ability to carry on with their lives. Contrary to the expectation that COVID is something that you can just get for a few weeks and then go back to your normal self. I've seen clearly that the group of people who have been unable to shake off that acute so this takes a huge toll on them. So saying that we have a large group of people who have this, and some don't even know that this was wrong with them. Some of the doctors they are meeting don't know that this is what the problem is, so they don't know how to treat it. So knowing that this problem is there, the hospital, in collaboration with researchers from the College of Medicine, University of Lagos, and Northwestern University in the United States, have come together with a collaboration to both provide care to people who come with these challenges, linking them with the right specialists to provide the care they need, including psychiatrists, neurologists, respiratory physicians, even surgeons, to provide the care they need. But additionally, we're putting together a research collaboration to find answers. Why do people that have long COVID have long COVID? What's going on in their bodies? And what can be done about it to solve that?
So the post-COVID clinic in Luke actually runs on every Wednesday in the afternoon at 12 noon. And in that clinic is a multidisciplinary clinic where you have neurologists, you have the infectious disease specialist, and then by the time you are seen in that clinic, Depending on what symptoms you have, you are segregated to any, whether cardiology, whether it's cardiothoracic, any of the specialties where you can find help. Some of these patients, have depression, and then they get to see our psychologists, our psychiatrists, and all of that. So it's a multidisciplinary clinic for patients with post-COVID, and it runs every Wednesday.
You're on to Health Affair on AIT. Next on the program is our nutrition segment.
It's a common saying that you are what you eat. This is why we make it a point of duty to give you information about food items, fruits, and their nutritional value to help you make healthy choices on our nutrition segment every week. We welcome adverts from food and beverage manufacturing companies on this segment. Scent leaf, commonly known as clove basil in English and efirin in Yoruba, is a strong aromatic herb native to Nigeria, Ghana, and some parts of Africa and Asia. It is found in farms, gardens, and mainly used as a spice for cooking delicacies due to its aromatic taste. Scent leaf has antibacterial activities against Staphylococcus aureus, Salmonella, and Candida albicans. It is also a repellent against houseflies, mosquitoes, and other insects. As a vegetable seasoning, it gives every meal a delightful, unique, and sweet taste. From research findings, there are numerous health benefits from scent leaf. Scent leaf aids digestion. It helps bowel evacuation and weight management. It can be used to treat oral infections as it kills all bacteria in the mouth which cause tooth decay and bad breath. Scent leaf is used in the treatment of fever, cold, catarrh, as well as skin infections like ringworm. Scent leaf has antibacterial activities against Staphylococcus aureus, Salmonella enteritidis. Extracts from scent leaf has also been reported to lower blood pressure, blood sugar, and potent for the treatment of gastroenteritis and lots more. Scent leaf can be taken as a tonic. It can be taken like salad or added to dishes during cooking.
Please come with me to our clinical segments for tips on healthy living.
What you eat, what you ingest into your system, they are very important. Take your vitamins, eat right, take a lot of water, take a lot of vegetables, because you cannot continue to say swallow, swallow, swallow. You can get swallowed in it, because livers, the kidneys, the organs, and all the rest, they do not give respect to any swallow. If you swallow that, you are on your own.
On our perception segment, we value your contributions on how to improve human lives and critical infrastructure.
Till now, people will still travel out this night. From my own department now, from my own unit, they employ almost 35 nurses by January. Now they remain only 7 because of poor condition of the duty and what they are calling. So nobody ready to stay. But if they are handling us very well and they are satisfied, we will stand now.
This is where we wrap it up today. Join us same time next week for another interesting edition of the program. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call the numbers showing on your screen. My name is Oshuomowa Danis. Thanks for staying with us.